Episode 4. Let's get it going. To start it off, it was a blessing to see Wakanda again. That's always a blessing. Great acting by Sebastian Stan. Bucky disloyal. He loyal to Cap, but he disloyal to everybody else. Like, Wakanda took him in, armed him with a new arm and everything, and he still rocked with the people that killed the king. Not a good look. The teacher / random dad said that, throw the clip in, and basically that's what every culture would or should do. Because it's all about an accurate portrayal. You know, it's like your thoughts become your reality. So if you think you're a refugee, then in reality you are. So that was a powerful message. I appreciate how the show highlights not only the black and the white, literally and figuratively, but also the gray area. It's like how evil exists in all of us. That's the yin and the yang, the duality that exists in that all of man. So I think that's a dope kind of underlying subplot. I like that. The U.S. agent thinks that the serum made the super soldier instead of Cap's power coming from his internal strength, not external. And the U.S. agent, you could tell he didn't understand the dynamic of that. So I thought that was interesting. It's just all a matter of perception. Zemo, even when he was handed the opportunity to become a super soldier, he stayed consistent and destroyed the vial. So I thought that was cool. I respect that. Power Broker was on Carly's ass the whole season. Like, she, yikes. Threatened every episode. And then, of course, we got the return of Dora Milaje. He touched Ayo. I wrote in all caps, hell nah. That's a negative. You can't touch Wakanda. It's like, it don't work like that. Zemo's an escape artist. And then I got, they literally disarmed Bucky. I see what they did there. That was a cool little, the U.S. agent, anyway, the U.S. agent, he lost to Dora Milaje because he didn't understand that they inner strength, internal strength comes from love and loyalty that they got to the country and the people. So it's, again, just like with Steve Rogers, it's like an internal strength versus an external strength. And he didn't understand the dynamic, so that's why he just looked lost and lost the fight. So, Carly looked like a Pippi Longstocking / the chick from the Wendy's logo, whatever her name is. Lamar got beat up by everybody. Battlestar, you not a star, or a battler. Don't do that. U.S. agent finally got the power he so desperately craved, but he didn't understand that to truly obtain power, a sacrifice is required. And his sacrifice became Lamar. So Lamar became like his basically like the sacrificial lamb for him, because in his quest for power, he ended up having to sacrifice his best friend. So I thought that was cool. It's like Lamar Hoskin died for the U.S. agent sins. I thought that was a cool little play on it. Episode 5. There was some nice shots of the grieving U.S. agent. U.S. agent beat Bucky hands up one-on-one, so I had to write that down. I seen that. They had to give him the Cap and Bucky versus Iron Man treatment from Civil War just to get him out of here. Before Sam wiped the blood off his own face, he wiped the blood off the shield. And it just made me really realize it's a symbol to him too. But it really made me think again, like, what is the shield really a symbol of? I got Torres take 2. His ass was in one episode and he come back. Like, so it's cool to see little Torres again though. He got the wings, and I immediately thought of some books I had just sold on eBay a couple weeks ago. Like, hey, good investment. Go Torres. Walker killed a man live online, and he still didn't get treated as badly as Isaiah Bradley. But this is America. That's how it should be sometimes. Alright, episode number 5. What's the difference between less than honorable discharge and a dishonorable discharge? So any Army vets out there, anybody like Army related that knows about it, please drop that in the comments, because I truly want to know what the difference is. I don't know what the difference is between those two, but it sounds interesting. Contessa Valentina said that the shield is a legal gray area, so that made me ask, what is it truly a symbol for? If it's not even a symbol for America, one of those things again. I like the Sokovia statue with the older man and the wife and the daughter and the son, which is basically a stand-in for Zemo's family that died. So he obviously bought the statue and put it in there in remembrance of them, which I thought was a cool little tribute. Seeing the bullets drop in the trailer in slow motion and like at the Super Bowl trailer, it completely ruined the little is he gonna kill Zemo or not moment with him and Winter Soldier. Destroyed it for me. All the tension was gone. So one of the few instances where a trailer will fuck it up for you. Why would Zemo be sentenced to the Raft and not a Wakandan prison for killing the King of Wakanda? Like, I don't understand that, but that's neither here nor there. This is a question I got. Anytime Marvel shows black kids in the hood, they're playing basketball. I think that's terrible representation. Like, look at the Black Panther film. He pull up in a spaceship, they out there hooping. At 11 o'clock at night, like, we could be doing anything. We're not always hooping. Like, I like to hoop too, but we're not always hooping. Anyway. Isaiah part 2. I like his quote where he said, if you're not bitter, you blind. Because it was kind of like a euphemism for if you don't feel sorry for if you don't feel some type of animosity toward how people were treated from slavery all the way up to today, then you just blind. You truly don't see what's going on. And I thought that was deep. We gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about Tuskegee. It's all based on Tuskegee. The Tuskegee the experiments, you can Google it, but basically they were given syphilis. They didn't tell the black soldiers and black people that they were giving them syphilis, but this is what our U.S. government did. This is back in like the 60s, 70s, something along them lines. So I was talking to my mom about it the other day, and this is why it struck such a chord with me, is because my great-grandfather, the father to my grandma, was basically one of the people that they gave syphilis to. Like, luckily I'm cool, not to make jokes about it, but nah, the shit was serious though. Like, it's a true incident that really happened, and if it affects the family to this day. Like, I mean, he went crazy, raped somebody, he went to jail. Like, I mean, it's a big deal, and I mean, for America to do that, for the American government to do that to its citizens, and we never get no reparations, no apologies, no thoughts, no nothing. Like, I mean, it's a pretty big deal. So to see it kind of reflected back at me in this show, it made me talk to my mom. Like, I mean, I had to open up all kind of doors I hadn't thought about in years. So that was a lot. That was a lot. But this overarching theme of black people getting tested on and stuff, like, it's been happening since as long as I've been doing my research. Like, black women during slavery, that's how they got most of the medical instruments from today. They tested them, all of the birthing and tubes and birthing instruments and all of the metal pieces and clamps, and like, just picture that, testing it all on black people with no anesthetic or nothing. You die, fuck them, they dead. Just a black person, bring another one in. Like, that's real life though, or that's how it was. And it's just like, these things ripple through time. Like, my people were considered like less than people. The 3/5 compromise, like, come on, we were considered less than animals. And I mean, these heinous acts ripple through time, and they affect us to this day. And this show really had me thinking about that, like, deeply, deeply. And maybe this is part of the reason, one of the things I highly didn't like about it is because they delved into these topics, but only on a surface level. If you open up something that deep, especially something like pulling my own life into it, like, it stood out to me. And I didn't like that they scratched the surface or try to use reality as entertainment. If you're gonna intertwine the two, you gotta do something. But I like the never let a black man be Captain America, or even if they would, why would you want to be? Good line, and it was smart. Sam is completely disconnected from Wakanda. Bucky had to cash in a favor with the Wakandan people just to get him the wings. He's tripping. If he gonna be the new Cap, he needs to be the plug from America to Wakanda. He needs a direct line. He don't need no middleman. Literally, like, he tripping. I like the working on the boat, late 90s, early 2000s, guys doing stuff montage from like TV shows and movies. That was cool. I didn't like how they used the pain of a black family to like use that to fuel the U.S. agent's craziness and his rage. Like, I'm doing this to avenge my friend for them. Like, it could have came from a different place, but I understand the subtext of it, so I rock with it. I like that the shield is a different symbol to everybody, but it really made me think, what does it symbolize to me? But then that's a good question. What does it symbolize to you? Even like opposite of my thoughts, like, just what do you think? Because the show is trying to tell us something, so that was interesting. New Cap had his first decent speech in the backyard with Buck. That was cool. Dope training montage. The theatrics were crazy, doing flip-flops and all of that, but it was obviously a stunt double. Like, I don't know who that Falcon guy was. He looked like me doing the flips, just in way better shape.
Who that is?
And the end of the episode, I like the face that Sam made when he opened up the suitcase. To me, it was the same face that Spider-Man made in Avengers Infinity War when he tapped him and said, "You Avenger now," and he kind of had to sit up straight because you could see in his eyes, he felt the magnitude of the moment, and it was the same way I felt when Sam opened the suitcase. So this episode